Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It is April 2nd when I'm recording this, Liberation Day. It is the tariff news out of Trump's announcement after the close today, and the market is tanking on that news. We actually got a little bit of a spurt at the end of the day right there, and then I watched the speech. He basically said, yep, we're doing this, and we're going to be charging reciprocal tariffs, and the market is not happy about that at all. From a technical standpoint, this is one of the options that I've been talking about over the last few days. I first said from this double bottom, we should get a flush out on Monday. And then I said we should come up to the hourly 50, and that was going to be the question. So if the market had already priced this in and maybe didn't think that the tariff news or anything was going to be too bad, or maybe he didn't double down, then what we could see is we could see price get up over the hourly 50. The Moxie indicator would continue going green, the double bottom would have worked, and we would have gotten price to come up like that. If this did not work and the market wanted to go lower, then this was a bounce and a downtrend, and this was a move back up into the underside of a downtrending hourly 50 despite the Moxie indicator, because again, price trumps all, and so does news. And in this case, what it did is this was an oversold move down into a prior low. We did have some Moxie support on this, and then what that did is we got a move back up into resistance, and then we rolled over like that, and basically just straight down actually on the news. So yeah, the news was definitely a huge factor in this. We all knew that that was coming, and that was a risk of what was one of the options, that the market just seriously has not been happy and has not been pleased with this. And given how heavy today was and that we're going into the weekend, we could certainly open with a little plunk down. We could go a little bit lower, certainly. We can go a lot lower, who knows. But I do think that if we come down, I want to see if we can hold. We're going to have to see maybe what kind of tariff news comes out, and I'm looking for price to hold in through here. I can't confirm it yet. I want to make very, very clear that we don't know yet, and I'm just looking at these things as possibilities, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if we can come down here, if we retest, here's where it will be bearish. So a bearish bounce will come back up here, run into resistance, and then will eventually fail lower. That's going to be a bearish bounce. A bullish bounce would be if we come up here, we come up like this, and we're actually able to go higher, okay? I'm still roughly targeting the daily 50 if we're going to be bullish, but if we're going to be bearish, we're just going to kind of do this, and we're going to continue trending down, okay? So we have both possibilities in our mind. And then we were trying to figure out, well, is it baked in or is it not? And that's what we're going to have to see, because right now, at least on the SPY, because we can see overnight, and I can look at the ES too, but we are down about here. So right back to where we were on Monday, even a little bit lower than Monday, and that is a big move to the downside. Now, I suppose somewhere, somehow, maybe this will be a buy the dip situation. That is a pretty big drop. You know, maybe there's going to be some sort of bounce to kind of fix the gap. But I think we need to be prepared that tomorrow is going to be not so great, heavy, because kind of like, you know, with news like this and the way the market's been, I think it's going to be a little bit challenging to see who's going to want to come in here and buy it. I think what we could look for, if it doesn't just immediately sink further, maybe what we could look for is, since it's down here, maybe we could look for a little bit of a bounce up before continuing a little bit lower. So really be nimble, stay nimble, and figure out where you want to go with this. The other thing, if we look at the UVIX, this was another thing. This is the leveraged ETF of the VIX. And I was prepared for the market to move up simply because of this hourly chart as well. I wanted to see price at least come back into the hourly 50, which it did today. Took a couple days, but it finally did. And now that this is up because the market is down, the Moxie indicator will fire tomorrow, and this will actually be a proper setup. The fact that we got over the 50, pulled back into the 50, and then went through with the Moxie indicator, that's a proper setup right there. And you can see here, we have it all the way up here. What is that, 45? So yeah, it's going to be up here. And we're just going to see how long this thing lasts as far as this heaviness. Now, the other thing, if we look around at China, they're not happy about this either. Go figure. Okay. And I looked around at some of the other global ETFs, and yeah, the majority of them are down anyway. They've all been kind of down like this. But here's 35. They're at 34. Let's see. That's about here if I can get my cursor. So yeah, nice plunk down right there for FXI, the Chinese ETF. So yeah, nobody's really thrilled about the tariffs and the trade war that's going to be going on and all that kind of stuff. But the market's been going down for a while. The only thing that we could kind of cling on to was that double bottom that we saw from Monday. And as I said over the last few videos, it's like, well, we have two paths. And if this is going to be, if you guys watched my prior videos, I said if it's going to be a weak bounce, because here it is, here's the double bottom. If it's a weak bounce, it's going to come up to the 50 and then roll over. If it's going to be a strong bounce, then we can come up to the 50 and we can go beyond it. Clearly, we have our answer. All right, guys. Well, we'll see what is in store for us tomorrow, Thursday, and then into the weekend. And yeah, it's going to probably be a little bit tough to even get short tomorrow simply because the market is gapped down so much. So, this is where you got to be a little bit careful, stick to day trading. And even on a down move like this, just be careful. There could be a little bit of a bounce simply because the gap down was so big. Okay, so kind of be prepared for either direction tomorrow. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you soon. Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.